Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of the Green Path Tech Podcast. We're going to be talking HR today. We're talking specifically about how to save time and money on your background checks. I'm here with Eva Rumble, who has over 25 years in the HR area, recruiting, HR placements, all kinds of work including Accenture and other things during her career. It's always been on the people side of the business. We're super excited to partner with TruDiligence. We've actually been working together for over 2 years, and they have over 30 years in the business, thousands of clients, 81 five-star reviews on Google. You can go check that out. And USA-based support. And it's really about streamlining and saving time and money in the work that we do with TruDiligence. We love promoting them. How are you doing today, Eva?
Doing well here in North Carolina. So,
Absolutely.
I love to talk about people things. So this is exciting for me to join you today.
Absolutely. We love talking about people things. And we're involved, at Green Path Tech on connecting job recruiters and job candidates and making that process as simple as possible. And a big part of it is the background checking. I know, Eva,
Right.
you and I have both talked offline. We've been involved in good processes and we've been involved in bad ones. And as a job candidate, right, when I get delayed and frustrated and so forth, I just want to go somewhere else. And on the hiring side, if you have a candidate that's delayed and so forth, and it could cost you the talent. It
Yep.
obviously costs you more time and money. So we're talking about the polar opposite of that in our
That's
work
right.
due diligence.
It's absolutely important. And being on the people side of business, I've seen a lot of different things that work great and some that absolutely don't. I was a recruiter for executive recruiting. I worked in banking and finance for some of the top companies in the Charlotte area. And then obviously with Accenture and recruiting there, being an entrepreneur as well, career mapping and all that, it's so important to look at your people tools because it's not just about finding the right candidate. It's their experience, like you just mentioned, and it's the process in which to get them onboarded correctly. And that can impede it actually has a ripple effect. It's not just that you don't get the person, it can affect your bottom line in terms of your revenue. I had an experience back when I was recruiting, actually 2 times. And this is why I love TruDiligence. I worked my butt off to get these job requisitions with a very large bank. It's actually Wells Fargo today. And it was one of their top leading capital markets positions. So not only did I get the job rec, I had a list of candidates I had been networking with to make sure that, I had the right person. I found the perfect candidate, took them through the process, months of interviews. And the background check was taking 2 weeks. He had other offers and he took another offer. I lost my commission, a very hefty commission. I upset my client, or the client was upset, and nobody was happy. So that can happen if you don't have the right service.
Absolutely. No, and I've been recruited in my career before
Mhm.
and worked through a process. And I had a bad experience where I did all of these forms, all these different forms,
Mhm.
and filled them all out, got no feedback, right? And then it was a follow up from me
Mhm.
to figure out where are we at in the process. And then I could tell by talking to the other person, they didn't know. So
Yeah.
they're like, well, I think they're being taken care of, but I'm not sure. So one of the things we love about TruDiligence is the integration with your HRMS system, basically, and
Mhm.
visibility. Not
Right.
only that, the timeliness of it. Um,
Wow. And they save 75% more time their day one turnaround time is over 90%. I
right,
wish I had known about TruDiligence back then, because when
right,
I met them, that's what my experience came back. I was like, where were they? Because Andy, I lost a huge commission on this
right.
one job. The other was within, internally in the bank. But yeah, it's really refreshing to meet a company like TruDiligence that, not only are they responsive, they communicate so well, and they're a real partner. So many people look at background screening companies as just another data pool. They don't really look at it as having someone in your corner making sure that you're tying up all the loose ends, and they're making sure that the person that you're trying to hire is who they say they are. And so it's much more than just pulling some data on a person. They really do interact. How long are their clients? Like over 10 years or more on
Oh
average?
yeah, we've got testimonials that we've utilized with this company of 25 plus years of working with TruDiligence,
Mhm.
you know,
Yep.
and that says a lot. That really does
It
say
says
a
a lot.
lot. Mhm.
Over 30 years of experience.
Right.
Again, they were around when I needed them, but I just didn't know about them. So it would have been nice. It would have been nice. So
No, it's
yeah,
true. And they also have a tool for job candidates to do
they
their
do.
own background check to speed things up as well, called My
Yep.
True Seal, which is a
Mhm.
really cool product as well. But, here in the supply chain industry, there are
Right.
44 million people that work in supply chain in the United States alone. That is
Right.
a lot of job hiring and recruiting and processing that
It
goes on
is.
here in the United States.
It really is. And they also do not just initial hiring. They have to do drug screenings for drivers often. And if you don't have someone that can get that back to you quick, plus they don't have, True Diligence does not have setup fees. They don't have any contracts or monthly minimums, which is really nice, which I think says a lot that they keep their clients for as long as they do without those, those strongholds on them
Right,
in terms
absolutely.
of how many they have to do. So, but yeah, in this industry, and to what we know as of last month, there was 100, was it 1 million different driver jobs were available right now?
Yeah, that sounds right. About a million.
Yeah. So there's a need. To
Right.
get
Now
skilled.
that's been a need for quite some years.
Mhm,
Drivers, right?
mhm,
We were talking offline, DOT, right? DOT has all these regulations, not
right,
only on the hiring front end, but
mhm,
also ongoing clearinghouse checks and safety things that they have requirements for. Some of those are HR related, some of them are other safety related and so forth.
mhm.
But that whole area of ongoing DOT for drivers, that
Right,
is something that they've done very, very well in helping their clients in the trucking space
right,
to keep up with the regulations, but then also process all of those in an automated way, right?
right,
So the
right.
alerts and the processing, all of that on the DOT space is one of the big strengths of True Diligence as well.
And not to mention, so they're technology wise, they are on top of things. They have the tools, they have the speed, but they also have USA based support, which
Right.
I really love because it's in the same time zone. It's someone that can pick up the phone live, not just a chat box. And, they speak our language for the most part. And, it just makes the process that much faster and easier. Because one of the biggest frustrations we've learned in the industry is that people are waiting on hold or in queue, or they're just not getting anyone to answer them.
Right.
So it's really frustrating. It's wasting a lot of time, whereas True Diligence can save a lot of time because some people like to pick up a phone and get an answer. Others like a chat box. So there's both of those options with True Diligence, but the feedback and the testimonials just speak, because how many have we seen where they said, oh my gosh, all I had to do was talk to Jerry or Shane or anyone at True Diligence and I got my thing solved right away, or they answered a question and educated me so much just in that 5-minute call. So I love those guys over there for that.
Absolutely. And, it brings us to another point. They are PBSA certified, and other certifications as well, which only the top 5 or 10% of the background checking companies actually even do. But
Right.
all of the people that you're going to speak with are certified to answer the questions, knowing the regulations, which is a big thing. You could get on the phone with somebody overseas, for example, that may not have all the information. So then you wait for another answer and what checks are needed, right? That could be another 2 days. Now we know what checks are needed. Now I need to enter all these background checks and so forth. And
Right.
there's just time that lapses and costs involved with that, of course, with your personnel chasing these things. There's costs involved with that time.
It certainly is. They're also FCRA certified or
Right.
accredited as well. Yep, they are. So we've had the opportunity to work with Jerry and Shane for over 2 years, and not are they just the nicest people, but they're all about customer service. And they're just very humble, but very hardworking, and they get the job done. And if you think about it, this is not something that you want to impede your progress on. You want this to work like while you're sleeping. You don't want to have to worry about this aspect of people management. But it's sad because right now frustration levels are pretty high. People are tired of the runaround and the fact that they're paying more for less customer service. That's a really hard pill to swallow.
Right. Pay more and get worse service. That's a bad one.
Yeah. So I want people to know about TruDiligence, and I'm really proud to be a strategic partner with them. Being able to interact with companies and let them know more about what they offer, because more people need to know. Their satisfaction scores are outstanding.
Yes.
And so the proof is there.
Absolutely. And we're fortunate to have them as a featured partner on
That's
our
right.
website, along with multiple job recruiting companies. It all ties together. And be sure and check out the partners page of the website. You'll be able to see a video podcast previously with TruDiligence, as well as some other information and some links. So I encourage everybody to go out there, check out TruDiligence. You're gonna really like getting to know these folks. They are super nice, friendly, great customer service. We've really enjoyed working with them. So I can highly recommend them.
Yep. And not only are they great to work with, they make their clients look good. They really do.
Right.
They take on so much, they shoulder so much of the load that's why most people are like, I've never experienced anything like this in all of my years in HR. And in terms of implementation, they're really streamlined in that way. Again, they shoulder a lot of that load. And a lot of companies have expressed it's just one of those things they don't want to have to go through until something's broken. Well, the good news about TruDiligence is they can make the implementation phase and piece just very fluid. And they can implement into and integrate into any applicant tracking software. So that's a bonus as well.
Right. Absolutely. Those integrations and making it streamlined for the candidates, making it streamlined for the hiring company. It's really important. And I've been hearing and talking to people, the job placement space in the time frame we're in right now is hot. There are a lot of people now. There are a lot of people hiring, certain positions, and we've got job listings out there on the website now. Be sure and check that out as well. But I'm hearing and seeing there's some really good momentum happening right now. So hiring is on the rise.
Yeah, and if you're frustrated, if anyone's in our audience listening today that you're frustrated with that process in terms of background screens, you really need to at least have a chat. I'll chat with you. We can get you a proposal. We can see what that looks like. And, I promise you're going to be impressed.
Right. Absolutely. Well, Eva, it's always fun podcasting with you and working with you, of course. And we'll have more on this subject weeks and months to come. But if you want to go save some time and money on your background checks, be sure and click the links below and get more information. Meet with Eva. We'll get you guys squared away. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for listening or watching, everybody. And we'll see you again on the next one. Take care.
Take care.